Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm the Review Man, and today I am keeping in with the holidays, and this is my first movie for Nostalgia November. I'm going to review a movie that just came out this year, actually. So it's not so much nostalgic, but I think it'll be a classic comedy. And this movie, maybe a cartoon, but in no way is it for kids. No, I'm not talking about South Park. I already covered my South Park in other videos. But it is called Sausage Party. And Sausage Party is a Seth Rogen comedy where and the whole movie takes place, well, a good portion of the movie takes place in a supermarket called Shopwell's Mall, Shopwell's Supermarket. And in the movie, there's this sausage played by Seth Rogen called Frank, and this hot dog bun named Brenda. And Frank and Brenda, they just want to get it on. He wants to, and this movie, I will warn you, is full of sexual innuendos. Not that window, but in your window, which means there's a lot of sexual puns and some of the most. This movie is it's a good movie, but it's one of the most dumbest things I've ever seen this year, and I've seen some dumb stuff. And so anyway, let's get on with the story. Uh, okay, this movie takes place in Shopwell's supermarket the weekend of 4th of July, or Red, White, and Blue Day, as they call it in the movie. And in the movie, everybody's like, they start out each day with all the food singing about how humans are gods, and they take them to the great beyond, saying that if they get out of the supermarket, they'll be into the great beyond with the gods in the heavens. Until one day somebody brings back some honey mustard, and the honey mustard is like, oh man, you don't want to go in the great beyond, man. You're so screwed if you go in the great beyond. And then the ketchup bottle says, "Who? What are you talking about? Oh man, you don't want to go in the great beyond. Shut up, ketchup." And then this woman comes in one day. Then this woman comes in one day. Actually, I thought it's the same day. This woman comes in. She buys the package of sausages that Frank's in, and a package of buns that Brenda's in. What do I want to call him, Berta? Anyway, and then she buys the honey mustard and this douche. This douche is the main villain of the entire movie, other besides the humans. Other, yeah. And then Honey Mustard sees this vision of this bottle of liquor called Firewater. And Firewater's telling him, "You must tell them the truth. You must tell them the truth about the great beyond." And then Honey Mustard is telling everybody in the cart that, "Listen up, everybody. Y'all do not want to go out there. You do not want to go out there to the great beyond. They kill you and they eat you." And everybody's like, "Oh man, you're crazy, man." And then Honey Mustard, he says, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end it all. I'm gonna go to the great oblivion." And so what Sausage does, he's like, "Nah, man, I can't let you do that." And then he grabs him by the leg, and he says, and then Brenda, whatever. And no, guys, I'm not crazy. I just can't remember their names. And so Brenda comes over and she says, I'm not going to let you stop." And then what Honey Mustard does is he ends up killing himself. This is causing all the sugar. No, what? This causes like a big old wreck. And you see groceries coming from one cart, groceries coming from another cart. It's like a big explosion. And everybody's trying to get out there. Everybody's trying to get out of the way. All the chips, the douche, bananas, everything. Peanut butter and jelly even split up and they get killed. Yeah, this is the kind of craziness that this movie ensues. And so, what is it? Giant Douche is really mad that he can't get it, that he can't get the woman that's that was intended to buy him. And what else? Oh yeah, and then there's this guy. I forgot the dude's name. There's this guy. He's part of the clean. He's the cleanup crew. He's the one that comes around, throws away all the food and stuff that that's expiration. That's a past their expiration date. He comes important later in the movie, but this dude really hates his job. He's on the cleanup crew. He's at a supermarket. He really hates his job. Oh yeah, guys, this movie came out on March 14th of this year. And no, yeah, no, August 12th in the U.S., March 14th other places. And so yeah, anyway, guys, the as the movie keeps on going on, um, um, Frank and Brenda they meet up with the bagel. They meet up with the bagel and this French flatbread thing, and they're trying to be on the run from Giant Douche, which is why I want to keep calling Giant Douche, from the douche that is trying to kill him because he's just like really mad. And then there's this other sausage named Barry, and he gets with this stoner guy after he escapes, after him and the pack of sausages that Frank was in, after they get bought, they see that this woman, they see the real truth of the great beyond, which is actually humans just buy food at the grocery store to eat. And then he tries to get back to the Shopwell's Mall to warn Frank about how humans are just buying them to get eaten. And so he meets up with this stoner, and the stoner is tripping on bath salts. And they're trying to, and he's like, "Oh man, you're talking, man. Oh, you're talking, you're talking, you're talking." And he's like, "Okay, buddy, here's what you need to do. You need to get me back to the shopping mall." And then the dude just falls asleep. And once the dude wakes up, he has no recollection of what just happened. And so Barry, he meets up with this wad of gum, like an Albert Einstein type wad of gum. And then what they do, whenever the stoner wakes back up, is he was gonna cook the guy. Barry escapes out of his hand, killing the dude, and then that's how they get back to Shopwell's. But while all this is going on, Brenda, the bagel, and the French pastry type thing are all exploring throughout the mall. They meet Firewater, this big old bottle of hooch, and they meet Twinkie and Mr. Grits, and they just tell him that the outside world is nothing but humans eating food, and they're like, "Oh man, the horror, the horror." And so what they do is they go back to their buns. One goes back to the package. Brenda meets up with this taco. Brenda meets up with this taco, and I forgot the woman's name. Brenda meets up with the taco, which is actually a lesbian taco. Who else but Seth Rogen would come up with this? This is Seth Rogen. This is the guy that came up with This Is the End, Neighbors 1 and 2, The Night Before, and a few other really stupid movies. But anyway, the movie's going on, and they're trying to get back. Frank goes to this dark aisle, which is actually the utensils and cookware aisle, and he finds the real truth about how all the humans wants to eat them. And but right before the store opens, he just tells them that the humans are gonna eat you. the humans are gonna eat you if you and we gotta revolt against the humans, and everybody's like, oh man, we don't believe you, we don't believe you. And yeah, and then before that, Brenda, she gets her way back into some the pack of hot dog buns, squishes one of them, and then and whenever the store opens, Barry meets back up with Frank, and Frank says, "How'd you get here?" And he says, "Well, we killed a human, and the humans can the gods can be killed because they refer to the humans as gods. The gods can be killed, and so what they end up doing is everybody, all the food, like there was a Pop Tart, a gum type, a wad of gum that was like Stephen Hawking's, and then they all start, and they all the Pop Tart, there was a ham sandwich, a bag of chips, a roll of toilet paper, and a few other things. And what they all do is they all heat up the bath salts and dip toothpicks in them, and then they start shooting Then they start shooting all the customers in the store with the bath salt, with the toothpicks that were dipped in bath salts. And so then the big old war begins between the humans, the bath salts, no, the humans, the food, and everything else. And then everybody's going to war. And then the giant douche, he goes up inside the cleanup guy, and he starts controlling the cleanup guy from the inside. And then they try to destroy the sausage. And so what Barry does is he sees the cleanup guy's cart over here. He rigs it up for it to go off, and he rigs it up for it to shoot up out the sky. And as the war's going on, he shoots it at the cleanup guy, and then everybody's creating like a barrier ramp type thing, and the cleanup cart goes flying up into the sky with the giant douche and the cleanup guy in it, and it explodes, and it's like fireworks. And at the end of the movie, every piece of food has an orgy in the entire freaking store. Whew, yeah. In the entire, and then later on, Frank, the bagel, the taco, the French pastry thing, and all that meet back up with gum and firewater, and then they create like this Stargate type thing, and Firewater tells everybody, "You're all cartoons. Frank, you're the creation of Seth Rogen, and Bagel, you're the creation of this guy named Edward Norton." And so what they all do is at the end of the movie ends with them walking into the Stargate to walk into the fourth dimension. And so there you have it. That was Sausage Party. Definitely not for kids. But it was a good movie. It was different. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Respect your food, and I will see y'all guys in the next video. And happy Nostalgia November.